Hello YouTube, I'm Rose, and welcome to another Q&A. This month's Q&A is brought to you by Inigo, because he's been very helpful with all these questions, and literally these videos wouldn't be possible without him. Inigo says, here are some new questions. Feel free to use them whenever you want, which I'm doing that right now. His first question is, if you had the chance to become a celebrity, would you take it? I feel goofy. I read this question as if I were to become a specific celebrity, like by name, but you meant a celebrity in general. Anyway, that's an interesting question. One that I have definitely pondered about. I honestly don't think I belong in the spotlight. Too much pressure. Heck, even the idea of becoming a basic influencer here on YouTube intimidates me. Sure, I'd be popular, but being that well known comes with challenges more than it does come with its benefits. I'd be expected to act a certain way, and no one tells me what to do with my life. I mean, unless it's like something immoral, then that's fine. Plus, why would I want some nosy paparazzi always in my business? I think being a content creator automatically places me in areas that I am not comfortable with, because it comes with the territory, but as it stands, I'm perfectly fine with not being a celebrity. Inigo's second question is, if you could get 2 superpowers, what would they be? Only 2? Oh man, that's tough. I want to say flight, since I've always loved winged creatures and all that, but as cool as it would be to fly above cities and stuff, it'd be weird doing so without wings, cause that's just me. I associate flight with wings. And I could also say speed, because I love Sonic, but unless I'm grounded, flying kind of insinuates speed. So at the very least, I'd probably want strength. Definitely strength. I hate being physically weak. I could pick up chairs with one hand when I can only currently barely pick up one with 2. But as for the second power, maybe teleportation? Sure, it'd be cool to be like Sonic and go at 767 miles per hour, but with teleportation, I could go anywhere I want even faster than the blue blur can. But then again, as an Animorphs fan, maybe I would want morphing as my second power. Having the ability to be whatever I want sounds even cooler, especially since I wouldn't need to necessarily take their morphing power, and I would virtually have no 2-hour limit. Come to think of it, morphing would allow me to have whatever power I wanted, without needing to leech other powers, which admittedly would be useful. So technically I wouldn't even need strength as its own power. I could fly, go fast, and be strong all in one. But that's probably cheating, isn't it? Ah well. There's my answer, I guess. Indigo's third question is there a game you want to forget about and just replay it again like when you first played it? If yes, which one? I've always heard of people wishing they could replay their favorite games for the first time all over again, and honestly, I don't really get it. I mean, I do, but at the same time I don't. Because there's a possibility that you may not even enjoy it the same way that you did the first time. There might be something that you used to love, now you only like. Or you may hate the entire game itself. So why take that chance? I'd rather cherish what memories I may have of my first time rather than trying to reproduce those feelings again. Because the thing is, nostalgia is a funny thing, but also a powerful tool. My nostalgia is constantly triggered by things all the time. It makes me relive small moments as if they were happening to me for the first time. No need to wipe my memory. And personally, I prefer it that way. I find it's much safer to watch someone else explore their first experience with a game that I love, provided that it's positive, of course. Then I can mentally compare how I reacted when I first played it, if I can remember, that is. I don't know. I mean, I suppose I could just say I'd like to replay Sonic Shuffle for the very first time again, since it is my favorite game of all time, but I am genuinely terrified that, again, I will not be moved like I was however many years ago, that I bawled my eyes out at the ending cutscene. Such things are just too fragile to lose forever, even for that one chance that you'll feel everything all over again. 'Cause think about it. Even if your experience with something is tainted by replaying it over and over, isn't the crux of it still there? I think it is. It never dies if you truly love something. Inigo's fourth question is, do you watch Marvel movies or read Marvel comics? I probably watched Marvel movies and didn't remember what movies they were or didn't realize that they were from Marvel. But I have not read any Marvel comics, sorry. I like the Sonic Archie comics, but that's honestly my extent of comic stuff. Comics as a concept are pretty cool, because I'm the type of person that needs visual aid or audio aid when reading, but I'm very picky when it comes to comics. Inigo's fifth question is, do you have a favorite superhero? Well, I feel like the last question probably should have answered this, but I'll answer it anyway. I was never really into the superhero stuff, to be honest, but now I wonder if there's anthro versions of all of those superhero characters. That would be very neat. Anyway, I did binge watch Smallville with my mom once, and I kind of liked Superman, at least that version of Superman. Jacksepticeye's love of Spider-Man made me interested in watching him play both recent Spider-Man games, and watching him gush over both games made me kinda into the character, but on a very surface level. Probably comparing both, I would definitely be more interested in Spider-Man than I would Superman, but I'm kind of indifferent. I think the only character I've ever been into on any level, despite how very surface level it is, was Catwoman, which should not come to anyone's surprise. And it's funny because she's not even a superhero. But, frankly, I only like Halle Berry's rendition of the character. I know, that's probably blasphemy, and also weird coming from an asexual like myself, but, I mean, that's what I grew up with, and everything before her just didn't feel right to me. Of course, that's not to say I'm 100% on board with her rendition. I am still ace, after all. There's a lot of aloe stuff that I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. But, now that I say that, I kind of want an ace rendition of Catwoman, but I think that would kind of ruin the point of the character entirely. That's my rant on Catwoman, I guess. Inigo's sixth question is, what was your favorite series as a kid? That's actually really impossible to answer, as TV kind of raised me in a way, so there are a lot of shows that I could probably name. I honestly don't even know where to begin, so if you want, you can ask me a specific question about whatever shows, and next time I will answer that, and then potentially I could narrow it down for you. I mean, I could name a few now, but I'd literally be here all day, and no one has the time for that. Inigo's seventh question is, do you think Talos should be worshipped or not? Technically, as Khajiit, we're not really supposed to have any opinion on this, because we have other deities we worship and versions of the Aedra that we worship, but as it stands, I find it kind of weird that a man can become an Aedra. I mean, he wasn't there when they formed Nirn, so why him specifically? And why not any other race? I'm also not a big fan of how he conquered every land like it belonged to him. Anyway, apparently him becoming a god is definitive lore, and even though fanfiction and multiverse are a thing and anything goes, I can't really argue it because of that, I guess. At the same time, even though I roll my eyes, I don't necessarily like the idea of just outright refusing someone their belief, no matter how much I disagree with it, because freedom of beliefs is a basic right that everyone deserves. So, basically, I lean towards no, but I'm still very indifferent about it. But I'm not gonna act like the Thalmor, you know. Inigo's eighth question is, Nightingale armor or Dark Brotherhood armor? If we're going by allegiances, neither. I don't really like either faction. But if we're going by aesthetics alone, definitely Dark Brotherhood armor. Can't go wrong with red and black, they look great together. Too bad it's wasted on such a gross faction. Inigo's ninth question is, Taco Bell or McDonald's? What a silly question. As I've grown older, I've realized that I do not like McDonald's. If it's my only choice and I'm hungry enough, I'll take it, but all I like from them are the hash browns and Shamrock Oreo shake, which they serve during St. Patrick's Day. That's it. Everything else is just meh, or I can't be bothered to try it out. At least Taco Bell has more things I love to eat, but lately I'm very partial to their crunch wraps. So yeah, Taco Bell all the way. Inigo's 10th and final question is, Oblivion or Morrowind? Sorry to disappoint, but neither, since I didn't really like Morrowind, and I actually haven't played Oblivion, and honestly, from what I have seen of it, it kind of assaults my eyes, which isn't saying much, since Skyrim is sort of aged at this point too. Not saying that it's necessarily ugly, it's just my eyes suck, so a lot of what I'm looking at, it's hard to tell what's what. At this point, I just really prefer Skyrim. I don't know what TES 6 is going to be like, and since it's not looking like it'll take place in elsewhere, I'm almost at the point of indifference. I'm excited for it, but I'll be dead by the time they do a game that takes place in elsewhere. Heck, I'd settle for the Black Marsh, even, or Valen would, but yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. And that's all for the questions. Thanks, Inigo, as always. Remember, if you want to ask me a question, please go to the Q&A announcement for instructions, and you'll likely see them in the next Q&A. Alright, that's all the time I have left. I can't wait to hear from you all. See you next month. Actually, since I'm going to be taking a break soon, there might not be a Q&A next month. However, that's if my break happens before the next month ends. So if there's a break announcement video before that time, then expect a Q&A the month after that. Although I might be taking another break in December, but we'll see. So, anyway, I don't know when the next Q&A will be, but either way, I will see you all again soon. Wait, before you click off, please leave a comment, then like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Also,
don't forget to subscribe.
And turn on notifications. Links to social media and other stuff is in the description. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, don't forget, emptiness does not conquer dreams. Dreams conquer the emptiness.